Hi, and welcome to the second video on Crossover Health series and foot health. My name is Janelle Joyce, and I'm a physical therapist here at Crossover. Today, we're gonna learn about how to pick out the right pair of shoes for your feet. So if you missed our first video, go to the link below and make sure you watch it so you can figure out what type of feet you have. Picking out shoes can be pretty complicated. Why? Because feet are complicated. In our last video, we learned that human feet have 26 bones, 33 joints, and over 100 tendons, muscles, and ligaments that all work together to help keep you moving. And all of these things can affect what type of shoe you need. But first, we need to talk about the ugly truth of shoe shopping. And that is, sometimes supportive shoes are not the cutest shoes on the market. But when you're shopping, please try to keep in mind that you want function over fashion. Just because a pair of shoes looks cute doesn't mean they're good for you. And having the right pair of supportive shoes can actually help decrease your risk of injury in your feet, knees, hips, and lower back. Think of your body like a series of chain links. If one of those links is broken, then the whole chain is broken. The best example of this is if you've ever been standing around for a long period of time and you notice that your lower back started to hurt before your feet did. This is where a good pair of supportive shoes comes into play. They can really give you a leg up on the situation. Shoes are not made to last forever. As the support and cushion in your shoes gets older and goes down with time, the risk of injury goes up. So make sure you're inspecting your shoes regularly for wear and tear. Replace your shoes about every 6 months or every 300 miles, whatever comes first. And if you have large hunks of your shoes hanging off or big tears, it's probably a good indication that you need a new pair of shoes. Now let's talk about how to get a good fit on your shoes. If you haven't had your feet measured in a while, you might want to go into a store to have them measured. And then make sure you shop for whatever foot is larger, because sometimes our feet are different sizes. Our feet also change sizes over time. They change with natural aging, and some health conditions can actually change them as well. If you've ever been a pregnant woman, you are well aware of the fact that feet can change sizes. You might also want to consider going to the store at the end of the day when your feet are at their most swollen and taking the normal pair of socks that you would be wearing with these shoes. And if you're trying to decide between lace up and slip on, remember, laces don't tend to stretch out, but slip-on shoes can stretch out, and they often do. So laces tend to be the better option if you're going to be wearing the shoes a lot. You also want to make sure there's about 1 thumb width extra length past your big toe. And you want to make sure that that shoe is not squeezing all of your toes. You need a little bit of room to let those toes wiggle around. So now that you know how to get a good fit on your shoes, let's talk about how to figure out if a shoe is supportive. To do this, we use the 1, 2, 3 test. So if you have a pair of shoes around and handy, go and grab them. Now that you have your shoe, let's go ahead and go through the 1, 2, 3 test. This is my shoe. So you want to take your fingers and squeeze the back of the heel. The heel cup shouldn't just collapse inwards. There should be some support and some structure there. Step 2 is to bend the shoe at the toe box, right here on the shoe. You should get some movement there, but it shouldn't just bend in half easily. Step 3 is to twist the shoe. You want to get a little bit of movement through the middle of the shoe, but it shouldn't be very much. Kind of like this. Remember, if you watched the first video, you know that I had flat feet. And you'll learn later that if you have flat feet, you need a pretty stiff shoe. So your shoes can have a little bit more motion than this, but if they have too much motion, you're probably not getting a lot of support out of your shoe. There's some advice that a wise man once gave me that I think is pretty applicable here. There are 3 things in life that you want to spend money on, and those 3 things are the things that keep you off the ground. 1, your mattress. 2, your tires. 3, your shoes. As 2020 has taught us all, we don't always have the option to go into a store and buy a new pair of shoes. Sometimes we have to do our shopping online. So what are you looking for in a pair of shoes if you're shopping online? If you have a low arch or flat feet, you're looking for the terms motion control or stability. If you have a normal arch, you're looking for a neutral shoe. And if you have a high arch, you're looking for a cushioned shoe. But note that sometimes people with a high arch do better with a stability or motion control shoe because they need more support underneath their arch. If you have a low arch or a high arch, sometimes adding an extra insole or orthotic can be helpful to support the arch. Lastly, make sure the shoes that you're getting are anti-slip. You're going to be very thankful for this if you ever spill water on the floor or you live in an area where there's a lot of rain or snow. We hope that this video helped you to find the right pair of shoes for your feet. And make sure you tune into our next video where we're going to talk about how to avoid injury and how to recover quickly if you do get injured. And if you're having problems with your feet or you're having pain, go ahead and give us a call or schedule an appointment online to see one of Crossover Health's many capable providers. Remember, we are here for you.